lights and garbage and stress, hormones, and all of that stuff ends up clogging and creating adherence in an area. So it doesn't sound like that stuff was torn, but we say this every day in this class. Trigger points can be worse than a tear, anything. So that may be what ended up happening. You had the micro tears, plus I put enough oil on for your whole leg. I did that last night, I guess because I was tired, because I had clients last night. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm wiping it off, you know. It was awful. Okay. So do you remember we had a special test for lateral epicondylitis, which is not very articulate. I mean, this is it, because you're extending. But let's be clear, if you had medial epicondylitis, this would not feel great either. Okay, so I mean, you know, this is just really stressing it. It's harder to do this. That's why this isn't a test for medial epicondylitis. This doesn't really work. So there isn't a special test for that. I would consider this one for both, because it's going to stretch and pull right here. So meanwhile now, does that hurt when you do things like that? Stretch and pull arm like to the ceiling. Slightly, not too bad. Okay. Alright, so let's look. We're just going to go right through brachioradialis and move it around before we start to get close to the bone. And see, this is what I mean. Look how great this is. You can just pronate and supinate and extend the arm to get where you want. Don't forget, extensor carpi radialis longus, supracondylar ridge all the way up here, and then brachioradialis is attaching up here. So every once in a while you're going to find problems here, and that's what attaches there. So for some reason it's going to be these muscles, and then somebody else is going to call it lateral epicondylitis. Sometimes this happens for the same reason we have blanket terms of shoulder tendinitis, because whatever the doctor calls it, the treatment is the same. So if you're getting extensor carpi radialis longus problems, the doctor will just say